experience. I'm having fun out there, and I'm excited about this upcoming season.
You're obviously in a tough spot coming in after the season started a little bit, and we talked about that, but how are you adapting to the team so far?
It's been a really easy transition because the guys have been so welcoming, and yeah, that has allowed me to, kind of let the guard down and just go out there and play my hardest and bring what I can to this team.
You had to sort of jump right into the practice situations. Do you feel like you've shown yourself that you can adapt that quickly and be an asset right away?
Okay, yeah, for sure. Like I said, the guys, though, they've been the reason why I've been able to adapt so quickly. And they've provided me with practice film of the offense, so that's allowed me to catch up a lot quicker. And as far as defense goes, just playing hard kind of makes up for whatever I don't know, and as well as the drills and all that other stuff. So I think that makes up for it. And I think once I get more practices under my belt, it'll be a lot easier for me.
You probably, in particular, sort of take you in when you got here?
Yeah, it was. I didn't practice. I got onto campus. I didn't practice. I watched practice, and then after practice, the guys kind of just, introduced themselves and welcomed me in. And from that point on, it pretty much feels like I've been part of the family, especially when I got that first practice under my belt.
You probably heard things about Purdue's style of play or Purdue's program before you got here. What are your impressions of it now that you're here, as far as just the way that Purdue plays, Matt Painter's coaching style, that sort of thing?
It's somewhat similar to what I came from. Defensively, we want to be into guys. We want to play hard. We want to rebound. We want to make sure that we're a very solid defensive team. And that's kind of some of the situation that I'm coming from. So that transition was easy. Offensively, it's a little more than what I ran at Colorado State. But with all the resources and all the guys, helping me out, it's been a very smooth transition for me as far as that goes.
You say more, do you mean a more complicated offense, or?
Not more complicated, you just have more sets than I was used to at Colorado State, so just trying to fill those into my head and make sure I get them down. I'm actually coming in at a time where we're learning more opposites, so a lot is being thrown at me all at one time. I think I've been doing really well with picking everything up.
Did you feel, from an effort standpoint, that you had to come in and show something right away, really bust your butt, and just because you were coming in from the outside and probably had a little something to prove?
No, because I feel like whatever situation I was going into, whether it was staying at Colorado State or me ending up at UCLA, I was going to have to do the same thing, which is, bring what I can to the table, what I'm used to, and that's playing hard, and, bring some type of leadership to this team. So it wasn't something that was weighing on my shoulders too heavy or anything like that. I just felt that I had to come in and do what I normally plan or intend to do as a basketball player.
You talk about leadership. There's not much NCAA experience on this team. Just how important is it for you to lead kind of in that way and help these guys get back? Because it's been a couple of years since Purdue's been in the NCAA tournament.
The thing I've taken a lot was from my past experiences that you have to learn to follow before you lead. So through this beginning transition, I've been really listening to a lot of guys on the team, whether they're freshmen or whether they're juniors on the team, and we got one senior. But I feel like once I have enough information taken in and I understand better what's going on, then I will be able to, step in at certain points in time and give my opinion on what should be going on at this point. But until I reach that point, I'm still learning, and I plan on continuing to learn as much as possible until I feel I can give my input on what we should be doing at any given time. And it's been really fun seeing us go at it. And same with PJ. When I'm guarding PJ, he's smaller than me, so he's really under the ball, and I got to make sure that I'm, giving him his space when I'm guarding him or when I'm playing him, and also knowing that he can shoot the ball, because he's been shooting it really well in practice. And going into it, I wasn't sure if he was a shooter or anything like that. So it's been
What are your expectations for this season? Obviously, this is a very uncommon situation to come into, but has that impacted your expectations at all? Or what are your expectations?
To help this team win. I want to win. This is my last college season, so I want to go to the NCAA tournament. That's my goal at this point, because I've been there once and it was a great experience. There's nothing else like it. So to be able to do that again, especially with this being my last year, is very important to me.
You also said that leaving Colorado State, one of the reasons was to sort of showcase yourself a little bit and get more of a presence or whatever. You feel like that's not mutually exclusive though, from coming in and trying to help a team win?
No, because the Big Ten is a all-around great conference. We're going to be playing against a couple different top 25 teams throughout the year. So, that's kind of what I still got what I wanted out of leaving Colorado State. And that's what's
It's fun.
I thought they played really well together. What surprised me was the interior passing between the two, how they both were able to slow down and make different plays with each other and also find shooters on the outside within our zone. So I feel as though they played fairly well together offensively and defensively. So I think AJ being low man on that zone, he moved his feet well, and so did Isaac. So I think it was a good sight to see.
This sounds like a really elementary question, but when those two guys can play together, why is that a positive for you guys, and what does that force another team to have to try to make up for?
It just forces a mismatch down there in the block with 2 7-foot. I mean, nobody else probably in the country going to play 2 traditional centers together. So playing those guys together, being able to stretch the floor like that and pound the ball inside, then also AJ having the ability to step out and make a jump shot, it just opens up the whole floor and it gives everybody some space to play.
This is an interesting team because you'll have someone like yourself play the 4 on a given possession, and the next time it might be A.J. Hammonds. That's a pretty big stretch.
Right.
How is he doing coming along as a 4?
AJ's excited to actually play some 4. So, I mean, he's up for the task. He likes it. It's, like I said, he's excited for it. So, I mean, it just keeps teams off balance and just keep throwing different things at them and not let them get comfortable on defense. So, and also not let them get comfortable on offense. When you got 2 7-footers back there, the wings can get really aggressive on the wing because they know you got people protecting the paint behind you. So, it's good offensively and defensively for us.
The biggest adjustment for him defensively then, to play the 4, keeping up with guys like yourself who might be playing the 4?
No, I think mostly when he's at the 4, we're going to play zone. So I think he'll be all right defensively. He's a good athlete, especially for that size, to be able to move his feet. He's got a lot quicker in the offseason. So for him to be able to move his feet and be smart and know the defensive principles from the zone, it'll help him go a long way.
Did you like the zone looks on Saturday, the way you guys played them?
I didn't like going against it, those 7-footers, but I mean, I liked seeing what they could do and the way they could pass the ball. I know a couple of times I was actually playing the middle guy of the zone, so I didn't like guarding both of them. So I mean, it's just a tough task for anybody.
I guess that was the best example of what you guys want to do to other teams, and you felt like you hope other teams feel.
Right, yeah, because I mean, you just pick your poison, whether it's you pressure AJ at the top of the key and you dump down to Isaac, or you don't pressure AJ at the top of the key, you guard Isaac, AJ just knock a jump shot down. So it's just, you pick how you want to get beat, basically.
Everybody I think they brought some good energy. There was a lot of people that didn't make a lot of shots, including me, and that's one thing that I'm working on. That's kind of what I took away that I need to work on Saturday. I think everybody enjoyed themselves Saturday and competed hard.
Were you intrigued to see the 2 bigs on the same squad, and then what'd you like about that?
Oh yeah, it was a shock when he said they were going to do it on Saturday, and it worked well for him. And it went pretty good for him, and they passed the ball. Well, they looked like they ran the offense basically, like they were point guards in there. So. But no, they did good. They did pretty good, and I was proud that they did that well.
Just with Jon, with the addition of Jon, just how has he been able to push you thus far, and how does he make the point guard position better?
Oh yeah, he brings a lot of competition. He brings defense. He's aggressive on offense. So it kind of ramped it up for me a little bit. More energy. I had to bring it more every day. So it's healthy competition. I like that he's here, and we're just going to compete every day. So.
Ray said he's been up in your grill defensively. He's been giving you all you want and then some. Just talk about having that on a daily basis.
Oh, I think it's good. I don't know what Ray's talking about, but But no, it's good. I think I like it. It's what Big Ten. It's what I'm gonna get in the Big Ten. So, I got to be prepared for that. And it helps me, and I'm helping him also. So.
When a new guy comes in that late, just how important is it for everybody else on the roster to try to help out and try to get them up to speed as quickly as possible?
Well, it's a little difficult because you're kind of not familiar with them, but I think it's been kind of an easy transition for us because we're a bunch of good guys, and we want them to be successful here. And it's his last year, and we had that experience last year, so we know how to bring guys in and talk to them and make them feel like they're at home. So I think it's going pretty good for him so far.
He's a guy that's got some NCAA tournament experience, something that's not very common here. But he said that at this point he's following, less leading. Just how important is it to find the happy medium with that and for you guys to all mesh well?
I think it's good. I wouldn't expect him to try to come out and try to lead. Not this soon, but I know it's the season. It's a long season, and I expect him to do more as the season comes along. So he's doing just fine right now, doing everything that he can. He's competing hard, so that's one thing that I'm liking about him. So.
And as far as this coming up Saturday, what do you want to do better? Is it shooting the ball better?
Yeah, I want to make my shots, really. I want to make my shots. Just continue to do what I was doing, picking my spots, and try to get my teammates more involved. I didn't feel like I didn't get them involved enough. Try to get them better shots, better looks.